Alright, guys, welcome. This is Echo League Season 2, BRB buying Abyssal versus Low Prio IRL. I'm your caster, Moxie. I'm casting this over at my Twitch, twitch.tv/Little Miss Moxie. And I'm joined tonight with the one and only Michael J. Jackson as my co-caster. I'm really excited to see these teams play. This is actually Low Prio IRL, has the highest Echo League score, I believe, for NAA, and BRB
Whoa.
buying Abyssal is also was one of the finalists last season for NAA. So really excited to see these guys duke it out.
Yeah, I remember that Empyrean Abaddon, and he that gets banned out.
That was ridiculous. Didn't they pair that with the Centaur as well and do that in the offlane?
Yeah, Centaur LC. They just dual lane it with anything, and then they win that lane.
Strong opening coming out here. Clockwork obviously going to put pressure on that map as soon as he hits 6. Also the fact that, he's going to be able to burn a lot of mana. And then you've got a Razor who is just pretty much a lane dominator. Should be able to do a lot of work with that hero. And also take away any sort of damage coming out from the cores. So movement's
They
going to
lock
be...
that in super fast.
Yeah, movement's going to have to be a big deal here coming out from BRB buying Abyssal.
Just 5/4 staff gaming, something like that.
Just shooting down there, down the lane.
Maybe they can get like a Tuscan Earth Spirit and just kick people
That would work
people
too.
away. But I don't know if they play those heroes. Jakiro and they play Kunkka and Undying as their other fours, if I remember them from the grand finals, season
Well, meta
one.
has shifted a little bit, so we might see some different picks coming out here.
Yeah,
But that Jakira is going to give them some nice early pushing power too, which is going to help them out. It looks like they're a little scared now because Low Prior IRL really had just this idea of what they wanted right away. They took like no time for picking up their first 2 heroes.
this is what BBA does though. Is like they think about their entire draft like during the first phase, and then the picks go faster. I guess they have to go faster because they spent all their time in the first phase. But I think they just plan it out like that, and then they start doing everything quicker because they have the rest of their draft planned out.
I like the Night
Probably.
Stalker pickup here. I think that's going to put a little bit more pressure on that map. It's going to make things scary, especially if they have squishy supports. And that'll also kind of help with this kind of snowball setup so far.
Being fast is good against Razor, definitely. Something that's tough for Night Stalker is his darkness is countered fairly well by anything that gives vision outside of your own hero. So like Clockwork, Flare, Rocket Flare, it helps a lot against Night Stalker.
I would think that it'd still be pretty problematic for Clockwork, though, for looking, just because of that reduced vision. Even though he does have the flare, obviously, but he's going to have quick reaction time before, somebody moves, and then he's back to not being able to see anything.
Yeah. So they'll be very dependent on the flare. I think Jakiro Clockwork is an interesting matchup. I don't know who's exactly favored statistically, but Jackie can't cast like anything if he gets battery assaulted. But at the same time, if Clockwork goes on anyone else, then he's going to eat a giant Jackie ult.
Well, the other thing you have to keep in mind, though, too, is that Clockwork likes to pick up Blade Mail. And if you throw down that Macro Pyre with Clockwork and another hero and he pops the Blade Mail, you're just going to take a lot of damage as Jakiro.
Yeah, that's true, too.
I have had first-hand experience with this. It's not fun. I'm like, ow! Just screaming the entire time. So, like, it depends, I guess, if he ends up getting that Blade Mail or if he even decides to, cog the Jakiro. I think there's probably higher value targets, but currently Jakiro is their only team fight, so it's possible he just aims for him each time. Who knows?
Yeah, Jackie will probably use a lot of spells on the Razor, hopefully. It's minus attack speed on Razor when he's hitting for like 300 is super useful. So that he can't get as many 300 damage chunks out after he's linked someone for a while.
Something like a Halberd could be really good against Razor as well.
Yeah.
Just interrupt his casual clicking going on,
Yeah.
As my teammate calls it, a Halbred.
Yeah, halberd.
It sounds delicious. I would have a halberd.
I want one now.
Right?
It probably goes well with a beer.
Very tanky lineup though coming out from low prior IRL with the ogre pickup. Then that's gonna be a bloodlusted razor, just pew pew pew. It looks like he's cracking a whip with all that lightning.
Yeah, that's what it is, I think. Electric whip or something.
Something like that. He's just gonna whip the other team into shape.
Yeah, so bloodlust is like the exact counteraction to liquid fire, I guess. I don't know if that makes it good or bad against Jakiro. I wonder.
And again, they just have very tanky heroes on the side of low prior IRL.
Yeah.
It's going to be pretty hard for BRB buying Abyssal to kind of get in there. They could opt for something. They could go for... Lifestealer's already been banned out. They could go for... like
Necro,
Necro folks?
maybe.
Yeah, I was thinking that. A Necro, I'm just not sure how effective Necro
It's hard
is.
at the clock. I think their best bet is to go something like super mobile. Like low prio IRL is really weak to blinky type heroes. Yeah, there's one right
Faceless
there.
Void. I think that's a good call there. As long
Yeah.
as he catches the right people in that chrono, he's not going to have to worry about losing all his damage. Plus, they have the macro pyre that they can throw into it.
Yeah,
I like this.
and
I
then
think that's a solid
Link
pick.
and Cogs are both going to be not that useful against the Void. So BRB is going to want to do the same thing with their other picks, maybe like Marana or something, or Slark, Anti-Mage, something like that.
Axe pick here.
Okay, no Slark, no Anti-Mage anymore.
Nope. Trying to think what else would go really nice here with their draft stuff that's also, you know, kind of AoE. They do, so they've got their Jakiro position 5. I'm guessing that's going to be Jake Jakiro. We've got the Night Stalker, Faceless Void. I feel like Faceless Void's better as a carry currently, personally. I'm not sure if that's the way they're going to run it, but
Yeah, they don't even have to choose yet. They can decide later. Okay,
nice.
well,
I like the Luna
well,
pick.
that's awesome.
That's going to make it a little easier against the Axe.
Yeah, and good Chronos synergy.
If we see Ion Cannon Luna is the next question.
Probably. You probably don't want to go super right-clicky against the Razor. And then the huge ult is really nice with the Void.
So what do we see mid here for BRB buying Abyssal? Maybe a Quap? That gives them a lot of mobility. She's going to have trouble with Razor and lane, but...
Yeah, and the Axe is dangerous, but still good, I think. Storm, also good. Tough in lane, but again, does the same kind of thing.
I feel like no matter what you pair up against Razor other than a Viper is going to be just a really rough lane for Khaleesi. Oh, you know what?
Viper!
Lena's going to have trouble with the Razor, but she can start to outreach him a little bit, and then eventually, you know, she can just put in a lot of stuff into that Chronosphere.
I'm afraid of
Khaleesi. Khaleesi is the Lena player.
Oh, yeah, he is. Yeah.
You remember this firsthand, right?
I'm not sure if they played Lena against us. Yeah, they did. They definitely
I think
did.
they played Ember, too.
Yes.
They only pick Fire
Oh.
Heroes for Khaleesi.
I kind of like Ember here.
Ember's a possibility as well, especially because you pick up a Veil, and that coupled with Luna's Eclipse could do a lot of damage, provides a little split pushing. Good
I also
OD
see no
pick.
reason why they can't, like you mentioned Viper, there's no reason they can't Viper here.
Viper falls off, though, after a certain point. Granted, you know, you want to kind of keep your momentum, really just keep pushing objectives, which is something, if I remember correctly, BRB buying Abyssal does a lot of, but I feel like you also want something that's going to be able to make some space for Luna, cause some chaos on the map, require people to rotate, and I think the Lena does that a little bit better than the Ember.
Yeah, definitely. And it's better in lane.
They go for
There's
Quap,
Quap.
though. Alright. So then do we see... They need another support. They could do a Disruptor. Disruptor is super good against Faceless Void if he gets that Chrono off, because you throw the silence on top of him, and he's forced to evacuate. It still won't help them really against the Luna and the Quap, because they can just kind of stand outside. But the Glimpse is always really, really good. Good lane harass as well. Although, actually, you know, this is probably Clockwork 4. So, They need a
Oh, yeah, yeah.
carry. What am I talking about?
Either way. I'll go Razor
Oh,
carry and get the Zeus mid. Counters the Quap, counters the Luna. Lots of vision for the Night Stalker. It's not that good against the Void.
I'm just afraid
But
that Zeus gets eaten alive by Night Stalker.
yeah, it's
That'd be
well,
what I'd be
the
concerned
vision's
about.
really helpful. Just having more vision in general is just good against Night Stalker. You kind of want spells that give you vision.
Not sure. Okay, yeah, they go for the Lena, so it's a safe lane Razor, Lena mid, which is really good against Luna, and also faces Void for that burst damage. It's a pretty good lineup for against Quap, because Quap's got to be pretty much next to those creeps, kind of has the same range as like a TA.
Yeah, should I think it's skill based this matchup. Maybe Lena
I mean,
favorites slightly. I
it's
don't know.
dead mid, so that's gonna be a really tough lane for
Is
Khaleesi.
dead like
I'm
super
really
good?
excited actually for this mid matchup because they're both very good mid players. I will have to give a little bit, like, be a little bit more biased towards Dead. I think Dead is a fantastic player, so both of them are, but I think he might just have a little bit more of an edge to him. Just because I say that now, I'm totally gonna be wrong, but
Yeah. So whose draft do you like better overall here?
I really like BRB buying Abyssals. I think it's got a lot of synergy with each other. It's got a nice amount of push, good amount of harass. Quap's going to be making a lot of space.
Yeah,
I just think it's
I'm
a
with
little
you.
bit easier to execute than low prio IRLs. Just a little bit.
Yeah, I agree.
But we'll find out.
But they do have the EL ranking disadvantage, so we'll see what happens
That's true.
with that. See, does MMR matter? Find out.
I mean, there's a Libido Bible Elbow sitting in my chat that will tell you right away, no, it doesn't matter. And he will fight anyone who tries to say otherwise.
They probably go like Clock Axe dual off lane, like they did with the Abaddon shenanigans. Destroyed our safe lane every match.
Oh man, tower levels though.
Wow. Yeah. It's gonna be a lot more tower levels going on in general with everybody
Oh yeah, I saw
getting
that. I
80
thought
more
about
battle
it
points.
and I was like, nah, I've pretty much got everything I need, but go ahead, we'll... Everyone's pinging over on the side of BRB buying Abyssal. So we see Flying Monkey already going ahead, placing his ward in the top lane. Khaleesi is on the Quap mid. We've got the camera, assisted camera is like freaking out on me. It's not letting me move. What's happening here, assisted camera, please?
I don't know.
Alright. Oh gosh, I can't wait till these are no longer heard by casters. But Exosand is going to be playing the Luna, and Pyrian will be playing the Night Stalker, and as predicted, Jake will be playing the Jakiro.
Alright. So on Dire we got Lavar Ball on the Razor, Crush Munch on the Clockwork, Ice Yeti on the Ogre, says he's a stand-in, Dead on the Lena, and Lucky all by himself up in the top bounty ring.
I believe Ice Yeti is actually just a regular player. For whatever reason, it's showing him as a stand-in. It should not be, though.
Yeah, Dota just does that.
I believe I saw him on the team roster, so... Getting a little aggressive here, we'll challenge them for the rune. This is pretty smart because there's not too much that they can really do here, you know, other than throw out a little bit of harass. They use the Void over on Clock, but Clock is just so very tanky early. There's going to be Ignite thrown out over here onto the Night Stalker. This is mostly just going to be a skirmish, I think. Rune's up, and looks like Ice Yeti will be able to get it, but they lose the Razor, and now Luna in a lot of trouble. This battery assault causing some problems for Exosand. He's going to try to run himself out. Does pop the salve, and they might actually get a double kill out of this. Again, Clockwork very tanky, but I'm not sure they're going to be able to get the final hit here. Jake chasing after him. Does have that dual breath. Is not going to be able to really reach him in time, though. He's just a little bit too slow. So that's an exciting start to our first game of the series.
Yeah, I think they got a lot of work out of that Lunar Blessing in that skirmish. Razor thought his Static Link would win the whole skirmish by himself, or by itself. But the Lunar Blessing's too strong.
I mean, that's what you get after you sell all that mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Top lane's going to be a little difficult here for Flying Monkey. Axe definitely a little bit more favored, but of course, Flying Monkey can just kind of time walk that damage off. It's very very active lane down here on bottom. They're trying really hard to make sure that Exosan can't just farm casually and relaxed here. And they know that Night Stalker, unfortunately, like this early, he really can't do too much. Jake trying his best to pour out the assault, but only has the dual breath right now. Maybe needs some liquid fire and a stun. And Prio in a little bit of trouble here. Luna will back him up, force them back. Ignite. Jake's now in a lot of trouble here. He might be giving his life for this. Night Stalker tries to juke into the trees. He's actually going to make it. And Exosan coming back forward again, throwing out some harass, but they're both just taking so much damage, both sides here, except for maybe Ogre, who has a ridiculous amount of base regen.
I think the word is out to aggro tri-lane against Exosan. There was a lot of scouting on BBA done during the Season 1 playoffs, and those notes were passed around everywhere. Like, I remember someone wrote, I forget which team, but someone wrote like a 12-page report on them or something.
Boy, that sounds like a diaspora thing to do.
But she was in Division B at the time. But yeah.
Coming out here, Kieran's gonna have to try to run himself away. There's just so much damage being poured out of both these teams. Luna's in a lot of trouble here. Maybe one more right click, it's gonna do her in here. Does manage to juke herself into the trees, but they will lose the Night Stalker in the process. And now Razor, he gets the kill, but at the same time, Luna gets that loosened beam off, and the tower finishes him. Man, this is like ridiculous here in the bottom lane. I was so excited about this mid matchup, and I haven't been able to pay any attention to it.
Yeah, they're just clicking each other. They're fine. Bot is where the fun is.
Let's see. Level-wise, Razor's still level 2. Luna's a little bit behind him here. Level 1 on Jakiro, level 2 on Night Stalker.
Void is winning his lane.
I'm a little concerned about this right now just because of the fact that Night Stalker really needs levels, and he's just kind of hanging out here in this bottom lane because he can't afford to leave the Luna alone.
Yeah.
Really, he should be trying to, you know, pressure other lanes, get a little bit more experience that way. Meanwhile, top lane is super quiet. You know, Lucky just doing his thing on Axe, Faceless Void doing his thing too. A little bit of stuff going on here in the mid. Dead is trading some shots over onto Khaleesi, and Khaleesi will be able to blink herself forward, but they're both dealing with quite a bit of harass. You can see the bottle up and running over on Dead. The Khaleesi coming forward, throws out the Shadow Strike. We'll get the Scream off. One more hit over onto Dead will actually draw the first kill over there in mid.
Wow.
And bottom lane is already going at it again, managing to catch 2 people in these cogs. Holy smokes, Jake trying to run himself out here. He's gonna have a lot of trouble getting away, I think. Sitting pretty low. Luna actually gonna get chained up here by the Razor, gonna try to run herself back. There's another Void coming out here. This is now Night Stalker's time to shine. He wants to get this kill. Luna needs to be careful, she might overextend. And that's all the cogs will actually take down the Razor and also take down the Night Stalker. Ooh. Holy smokes. And now Luna has absolutely no regen.
Yeah, she'll probably die if she stays.
Yeah, I think she can't.
But she has more last hits than Razor, so there's that. Just by 3 though. Well, the Jakiro has 5 last hits too. So I think bot is
big money.
Yeah, I don't know who's favored.
Night Stalker being a little bit too forward here. Do bait forward the Clockwork though. Jakiro coming forward. He's got the dual breath. He might be able to go ahead and get this Clockwork. Luna giving chase. She wants this kill. One more hit over onto him. We'll actually take him down. Jake's in a little bit of trouble though. He's stuck with cogs. Razor will be able to clean up the kill, but now he's fighting off with Luna. The Quad breaks the rotation and Exosan and Jake and everyone here get the kill.
Yes.
That was nice rotation coming down from the flop, especially with that haste. Perfect timing.
Yeah. Definitely lost some CS advantage for it, but
looks
definitely
like,
worth.
Ice Yeti has rotated over here to the mid lane, was trying to put some harass, but Quap backing herself out pretty early. I don't think they even have any vision, but just sensing like, hey, this probably isn't really safe right now.
I'm just surprised that the Void is doing so well against the Axe. It's that base damage so high.
haven't been able to pay much attention to any lane but bottom.
Yeah.
Sorry
bottom
guys,
is...
battle of the offlaners. You guys are great. I appreciate you. I'm sorry we're not paying a lot of attention to you during the laning phase here. There's just so much carnage going on in every other lane.
I don't even know who's like winning that lane.
We have 6
That
up and
bottom
running
lane.
over on Void now. Level 6 on Axe as well, so we might start seeing some more rotations coming out. I don't
They're
know
dumping
if
a lot.
they're
They
just
got
gonna...
4 down there. They brought the Lina. She wants the Laguna someone.
Oh, definitely.
She wants the
We're
Laguna.
coming forward. We'll get this love over onto Luna. Luna's gonna get stunned up. She's cocked up as well. She needs to try to get herself out here. Trying to hit these cocks. She's still gonna be able to take her down. They're able to just Laguna Blade that Shakira. The Drunch forward. 3-man chrono coming out here. Unfortunately, Night Stalker walks directly into the chrono. We'll give chase though. Try to... Oh, Pop will be able to get a cleanup kill here over onto the Ogre. Turning back around, Shadow Strike is thrown out. Followed up with Plasma Field. She uses her Scream. Manages to dodge the... Oh, but the fiery... That Dragon Slave just grabs Pop at the last second and puts her down. Oof.
Yeah, the chrono is like, it's a nice chrono, but
There wasn't much to put into it
all
at
those
the
teammates
time,
are
though.
dead. Yeah.
It's just the Night Stalker who unfortunately walked face first into it, probably trying to get like a void off or something, and unfortunately was not the best person to be in that chrono, or to put things into the chrono, I guess is a good way to say it.
Yeah. It's a bit of unlucky timing. Now Axe can cut and take that tower. I almost think Radiant should dodge fights, because Dire doesn't really have late game.
Khaleesi's sitting kind of low here. In comes the Flying Monkey. He needs a bash. They need to be able to get one more click off. They will be able to take down Lucky.
Yeah, see, that's the right idea.
I feel like I'm casting a 4 elements game, the way that these guys are just running at each other nonstop, looking for murder.
I think that definitely, that style of play is going to favor Dire. So...
Ooh, Exosanti's in a little bit of trouble here. The battery assault comes out. They do have the cogs available, so giving chase. They actually pushes Luna out to safety this time around. Looks like, oh, they wanted to go for the dive here. Won't be able to quite finish up the Luna. She's sitting very low, hiding out in the trees. Rocket Flare's not going to be able to show where she is.
He's got to stop coming back to that lane. He should go top or mid or something.
Yeah, they should do some sort of rotation. Although I have a feeling they're just going to follow her no matter where Luna goes.
Yeah, that's okay.
Or like even start stacking for her, I think would be good. Ooh, that was real close there when the Tyrion went and dodged these trees. It's gonna be a dead Night Stalker. Khaleesi also possibly might be dead as well. She has 4 seconds until her ult comes up. Looks like one person TP'd out though. Will try to get the last hit and
Wow.
manages to get the clockwork?
Yeah, the creeps finished off the
Wow.
clock.
Feels bad, man. Meanwhile, middle tower's going down, Dead putting a lot of pressure over onto it. There is a rotation coming out though throughout this void, but Dead should be able to just run himself away here. He's pretty fast with his 2 spirits. 2 points other and Fiery Soul.
Yeah, I wonder if Lina can carry this game if it goes late. Because the Void will just chrono her every chance he gets,
Yeah,
probably.
she's not the tankiest hero. Granted, neither is Luna, but
Yeah.
if she becomes the main damage source, she's still gonna be pretty squishy. Clock pointing out there's an Invis rune bottom. Would like to see him maybe do something with it. We'll actually run face first into Imperium. They throw out the cogs here. Lina coming through, looking to get that Light Strike array. We'll be able to land it throughout the damage, and that's a dead Imperium. I feel like, unfortunately, this Night Stalker pick is not working out for them the way that they need it to. I feel like Night Stalker is one of those heroes that really kind of needs to snowball early and get a couple kills during the first cycle, or else he kind of starts to fall off a little bit.
He's like pure single target. He doesn't want to be fighting skirmishes, 3v3 skirmishes, or 4v4, 5v5. He wants like 2v1, 3v1.
They gotta do something for this Luna. Like, she needs to go someplace else or something here. I like how she's creep blocking, but also has her Basilius on too.
Yeah, she's stubborn. She said, I want to farm the safe
please,
lane.
go to a different lane. Get a gank off of someone and then just go farm. Axe is throwing a lot of damage out here on a Flying Monkey. Time Dilation comes out. He will be able to just shrug it off. And they use a scan. They know that they're hiding behind the tower. And Jakiro now trying desperately to sort of push these creeps out so they can't dive again. Plasma Field comes in. Does not quite connect over onto Luna.
Yeah, I don't think they want to dive as hard as they were because the Queen of Pain keeps punishing them.
I mean, definite props to Khaleesi for always having a TP and making those rotations and being the cleanup crew. Right now, actually, Luna ahead in net worth, 4.4k, 4.2 over on Quap. The next highest actually is the Faceless Void at 4k, almost even.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll be troublesome. I think Void is going to be very troublesome for Lena later in the game.
Well, definitely. You know, one thing that I don't really love about the Faceless Void in the offlane is the fact that, you know, generally he doesn't get much for last hits, but in this case he has been getting quite a bit of farm, and when Void starts to get farm, he starts being just more than a chrono. It becomes very scary, especially for... Khaleesi definitely got himself stuck in the trees. Aw, Void. Good guy, Void. Helping him out.
Nice.
Meanwhile, bottom lane, we lose the Night Stalker, and now Luna, frantically trying to get herself out here, does have her TP, is gonna run, let Jake get taken down, and the Plasma Field does connect over onto the side, but it hits at the very last second, so she's able to get out. And I don't think they do anything here. I think they just leave this tower, go push a different lane.
Yeah, I think so.
They don't have enough people to defend this, and they don't have the TP, so yeah, it looks like Flying Monkey has realized, yeah, I don't really want to be here. I'll just go farm up a different part of the jungle. Luna is also headed off to, it looks like maybe Ancients or this other little portion of the jungle.
Safe lane is a misnomer.
Yep. Well, people get so attached to lanes, it's actually really silly.
Yeah. Should have just left.
They figure, oh, but I'm safe lane carry, I need to be near my jungle. It's really important to keep in mind, too. You know, mirror the other team. If the other team is in your jungle, and you know they're in your jungle, just leave it. Just leave it, go to their jungle. Get your farming done there. Top lane, they are able to take down the Clockwork. Which is definitely something that Luna needed, was being able to have that assist gold, I think. She's been having a real rough time.
Yeah, she's basically got support money. Support level money.
Has finished up her treads though, has completed Aquila, a little bit behind on these things though. And we see the rotation coming out over here on low prio IRL. Seeing Lena leading the charge. Trying to find the right angle there. No blink up and running over on this axe just quite. Oh, and never mind, I lied. He does have the blink. That's actually huge. I don't know if they've noticed that yet. Have we seen any blink initiations yet?
Not yet, but he's... If they're looking at his inventory, they've seen it now.
And the other
So
thing that's
not
pretty
much out of the
scary
deal.
here is that Axe is going to be going for that blade mail early. Pretty standard pickup, but also Jakiro's not going to be able to just throw down Macro Pyre on top of his Axe. He's going to have to be a little bit careful with his timing on a lot of these spells, or else he's just going to be taking a massive amount of damage.
That's okay if you're Jakiro, I think. It's all AoE. Take the damage, but maybe you also hit the ogre and the clock, maybe.
This Night Stalker doesn't even have phase boots yet. No urn. Feels bad. Feels bad, man. Oh, the jump is coming in over onto the side here. Looks like Lucky and Crunch Munch gonna try to jump over here onto this Luna. Luna, Excasan.
She's gonna die.
She's gonna die. Yep, there's the jump forward. There's the clock shot. There's the taunt. Everything just came together perfectly, and they just rip them apart. Void comes up, but he doesn't have anyone to throw damage in.
Yeah, the Night Stalker pick. Definitely not panning out. I like the Jakiro. I feel like the Jakiro was doing a lot of work in that 3v3 lane.
I mean, that's one of the downsides of picking, you know, a roamer, especially a roamer that's really reliant on getting levels, is the fact that it's going to make your tri-lane much weaker, and you're not going to be able to defend the hero lane Luna as easy. That's a beautiful taunt coming out from Lucky, and they're going to be able to cog forward. It's going to be able to do quite enough here. Clockwork in a little bit of trouble, trying to just pop the wand, run himself out.
There's anti-synergy.
Oh, there's the jump forward though. Flying Monkey, he wants this Lena. We'll go forward. We'll throw out as much damage as possible, but Lucky gets forward and he gets a beautiful call. We'll be able to dunk the Luna. Darkness gets popped. Looks like Night Stalker's gonna try to fly himself out. Jake's in so much trouble. He's just trying to put out a little more damage. And Empyrean, he turns around at the last second, and Lucky is like, I am okay with this. We'll actually get the blink caught up, but then they'll be able to go ahead, throw out the Battle Hunger. And I think Empyrean, oh, they get the dunk anyways! Lucky double kill.
There's a lot of bad luck going on there. First, the Cogs pushing the Quap out of Light Strike Array, but then it ended up good for them because they forgot about the Axe. This Void baited them into trying to rush down the Lina, and Axe's blink came back up.
That was beautiful too, the way that they played that. They waited so patiently for the Luna to come forward, try to come to the aid, and then they just got the jump on her immediately and shut her down before she could even get an ultimate off. Nice plays coming out from this Axe here. They go ahead, they use the smoke. Looks like they're looking for maybe another pick. They know that Luna's standing nearby over here on the side. Lucky, they're waiting for his initiation. They do see her. Lucky jumps forward, he gets the call off. That's a very dead Axe. Will stand again. Another stun coming out. Eraser, he comes around the corner here. Doesn't even care about the tower. And looks like we've got a little bit of lag coming in.
Yeah, they're definitely not respecting the Axe enough.
They need to next time say that they ask if they're ready to go, but yeah, no, Lucky is doing a lot of work on this Axe. They can't have the Luna alone, honestly. They need to have either a lot of wards up or they need to have protection with her at all times. And unfortunately, they just don't have the right type of supports to do much, because even if Jakiro's there, there's only so much damage that he can do, and he can't save her in any sort of way.
Yeah, it's hard because they're behind too. And Jakiro's level 4 somehow. But LPI is just playing this perfectly. They've ramped it up. It's like super duper aggressive because they have no late game at all. But they have hookshot, they have blink call, and then they have lots of damage on the Razor and the Lina. So they can just kind of run around. They have low cooldowns. They just want to fight all the time, and it's working out. It's exactly how they want to play this.
Well, you know what feels bad is the fact that they've got this like beautiful setup with the Chronosphere, but Luna's dead before they can ever do anything with it.
Yeah. They gotta. They have to figure out how to dodge these this death ball, basically.
They're pushed up really far here. I think they're really just desperate to get something out of this. Jakiro's already dead though. Void's now on the run. Flying Monkey is starting to peace out Cub Scout. Quap is down bottom. Lina comes in for the TP. Quap just blinks herself away. Mobility definitely a great thing on this Quap, but this Luna's just struggling so hard. Only level 8 right now. What are we looking at for... Yeah, oh my gosh. Lina's 13, Razor's 10, Axe is 13. This is like the kind of levels that you see out of position 4.
Yeah, it started off fine, I think.
I don't
probably should have rotated.
Night Stalker's going Axe. That's his next item. I don't like this choice on him personally. What do you think?
I think he doesn't have time to get it, but he does need it, so it's kind of hard.
I'd rather see something more utility on him, or like an Urn, because yeah, I think an Urn is a better pickup on him. Give him a little bit more tank, give him something to cancel the Axe Blink. They're actually trying to trade a tier 2 for a tier 1 here.
Yeah, definitely should get the Urn.
Yeah,
first.
Urn's great. You can go into like a medallion, you could do a halberd, something utility. Again, I'm not a big fan of having this Axe queued up. Maybe he'll change his mind about it though, I don't know.
I think he needs the Axe, but he's not going to get it before they lose, probably. But like, having that big circle...
Everyone's still alive.
Like, they're losing because they're not anticipating the movements. So that Axe will give them that vision that they need, but he's also not going to get it for another 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think he needs something just for the here and now to help his team out. I do like the Urn though. The Urn, especially just being able to cancel out Axe's Blink, would be a huge deal.
Yeah, and it's just good. It's a good item on Night Stalker. It's like a key item on Night Stalker.
See, what does Crush Munch have right now? He's working on the Blade Mail. He's also got a Casual Cloak. I think that's smart against the Luna and of course the Jakiro. Dead's got a completed Bloodstone now, and he's going for Shadow Blade. It's about to get much scarier for this Luna. Not to mention, not even just the Luna, the Quap, any of these guys. Like, they're already, you know, really struggling in terms of, like, vision and making sure that their core is safe. Having to buy, you know, sentries and place them everywhere. Like, Exosan's not going to have any safe place to farm. He's just going to have to farm on tower.
Yeah. But I don't know. As long as they can hold high ground. They have Macro Prior and Chrono, so maybe they can hold. As long as they don't get picked off too much.
As long as the Axe and the Clockwork don't immediately jump on someone here. They do spot the Luna over here on the side. Oh, lucky he comes forward. He's going to be stunned up immediately by the Jakiro. And I don't think he's going to be... Oh, the taunt comes out. There's the Laguna Blade. Followed up with Blade Mail as well. And that's just a very dead Luna. No buyback on her either. They're going to be able to take this cat. They can honestly go high ground right now if they wanted. They don't really need to wait for an Aegis here. I'm not sure if they're just going to play a little safer than not, though. And there's a Shadow Blade coming out to Lina right now.
Yeah. Now nobody is safe. Not that they were safe anyway, but...
They're going for the Roche too, and there's really nothing that they can do about it. I don't think Void's... Yeah, Luna's already TPing herself to the shrine here, just trying to get farm. Void doesn't even have a TP on him. They might have been able to try to contest it if they had everyone TPing immediately to the pit, but it's just going to take too long now.
Who even takes this? Almost feel like Axe should have it.
Yeah, I mean, Axe is the one running in with his face most of the time. They'll probably get a Lena though. Yeah, they
give it Lena. But she can... She has Bloodstone. She could have just like rezzed and TP'd back to
she can also just stand really far in the back and not have to worry about getting hit by much of anything. Although they do... Oh, Light Striker Ray coming through here. They need the Laguna. The hook shot comes in. Beautiful teammate coming out from low prio IRL here.
At this point, I don't know if anyone will die on Dire anymore.
It's gonna be pretty difficult. They've got a 10k gold lead right now too, which is pretty, feels bad, man, for the side of BRB buying Abyssal. I think we see a respect ban against this clock next time. He's doing so much work in conjunction with the Axe. This Blink initiation's really working out for them, or they need like some sort of a hero that can cancel out Blink. You know, we talked about mobility too, but even Plop like wasn't immune to getting, you know, jumped in the forest and just held in place long enough. Like that clock ultimate actually held her in place before she could blink at the perfect second.
Yeah, it's definitely dangerous. They don't have anyone that can survive a blink call, that's for sure. Not that that should even be a consideration. I feel like when you're drafting, at least you kind of just assume if you get called, you die. Unless you have like Dazzle, no, not Dazzle, Omni Knight or something. I don't know.
I mean, on the plus side, for the side of BRB buying Abyssal, Lina does not have a Dragon Knight, so she does have to come a little bit closer, allowing Empyrean to hit her with Void every time. Just keeps doing that. But I mean, there's not really, unless they get a really nice Chrono here, and they still have Aegis though too.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a very difficult fight for them to hold, because they're just gonna rinse and repeat. They're pretty much tied inside the base.
Maybe they macro power the wave. Give them a couple extra.
I feel like you want to hold that though until you have the Chronosphere.
Yeah. But this is also incorrect as having 5 people here. It should have one kind of like...
Split pushing with the TP, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, lucky he goes in for the call. Doesn't quite connect that in time. Flying Monkey trying to be as patient as possible here. Really seems to want to go in, but he needs to get the Lina. He needs to get that Razor as well, or else he's just not going to do enough damage. And it's daytime. This is the perfect time for them. Do they have Darkness? They do have Darkness, though, on the Night Stalker if they group up. And it looks like they've, you know, put some damage on the tower. They're just going to back off. They know that they're doing really well right now. They don't really need to be too concerned.
That's weird that they back off as soon as it hits
During
daytime.
Yeah, I think that might be a little bit of a mistake, but looks like they're not too fussed. They'll just regroup. I feel so bad for this Luna. Like, I've been in her shoes before where you're like, I just need to hit some creeps but I can't go out of my base. Just sudden death awaits me.
Yeah, maybe they go for something a little bit unconventional.
Ooh, that Jakiro is gonna get taken down. It looks like Pop's also gonna get removed as well.
Yeah, nice initiations. LPI is.
And Flying Monkey gonna run himself back here. Oh wait, wasn't that Nightcrow? I thought Pop got taken down during that. I guess she got out. Nice atmosphere
nice
here. They
one.
do have the Luna. Oh, but Luna, she goes into the call! We'll be able to get the kill over onto Ogre. Imagine Dunk actually misses, but unfortunately she can't get to the shrine just in time.
It's yeah. She only had level 1 ult, and there was no Macropyre.
Again, we're seeing some really nice Chronos, but there's just not enough damage to be thrown inside of them.
Yeah, but then can you call them nice Chronos? I don't even know anymore.
I mean, we gotta get Flying Monkeys up in here, right? He's been so patient during all of these fights. It's such a scary team to blink into. They might be able to take down Crunch Munch here. One more hit, Jakiro, he wants it. He's gonna still get taken out by Dead. No, he actually is gonna be able to make it out alive! That is really, really lucky. Silence comes out here over. Oh, but then lucky he comes back in with the call, the Blade Mail, and Dead will be able to get the Light Strike Array off. It's going to be able to take down maybe one more hero here. No, looks like Flying Monkey's going to be able to get out in time. Exocy, I think, just doesn't have enough items. He doesn't have really anything. He's going to get blinked on. He's caught. He's taken down. Flying Monkey will come ahead, try to time walk in and do some time dilation, but it's, you know, they still have an Aegis. This is a Lina with 22 Bloodstone charges. And, like, they don't have a Luna up. Even if Luna buys back right now, Dead's actually going to lose the Aegis, though. But she just doesn't have enough damage. She doesn't have ulti either. Quap doesn't have ulti. They don't have... The only ulti they have is Macropyre. And it looks like Jake's going to try to throw it down, but he's going to immediately die to Lucky here. And there's the Laguna Blade coming out. I think this might be GG.
Yeah,
I hate to say it this early, but I just don't see... Like, they need a huge... Yeah. There's the GG call coming out. Low Prio IRL will take game number 1 in an amazing game of about 27 minutes here. At least you gotta duke it out to the end, though. I like it. I like the fighting spirit.
I don't know what BBA should have done in that situation. Maybe the Luna was just way too greedy. Maybe they go for a position 1 that's not even like a real position 1. Go for like a Venomatz or something. Or Visage.
I'm not even convinced that the Luna was the problem. I think that the Axe got a lot out of his lane. I think that Night Stalker unfortunately just wasn't defensive enough. When you have something like a Luna, you have to really keep her safe early, and unfortunately they were very, very aggressive early on the side of low Prio IRL. So it didn't really matter that they had, you know, the Jakiro, who's pretty good at, you know, putting out her ass. They needed something else to kind of keep her safe against all of that. But, you know, hindsight's 2020. I'm sure we see a great game number 2 out of both teams, because game number 1 was certainly a bloodbath early. So we'll be back.
That was super sweet.
Right. We'll
so
be back soon,
kills.
guys. Stick around. All right, guys, we're back with game number 2 of BRB buying Abyssal versus Low Prio IRL. First game of the series went over to the side of Low Prio IRL with a pretty impressive 27-minute game. They just got a lot of momentum and were able to really kind of capitalize on it. They managed to shut down Luna pretty hard, and we saw some beautiful Chronos coming out from Flying Monkey, but unfortunately there just wasn't any damage to throw on them. As always,
Yeah.
I am your caster, Moxie. I'm casting this over at my Twitch, twitch.tv/LittleMissMoxie. I'm joined with Michael J. Jackson tonight, which has been a lot of fun, especially because he actually faced off with BRB buying Abyssal in the Grand Finals last season of Echo League. So I'm interested to see if we see some respect bans coming out.
Yeah, I would ban the clock, probably.
The clock put in work. Like him and the axe. They were just really in sync with one another. They were able to grab at the perfect times, but the one that stands out really strongly in my mind was Khaleesi was playing that pop, was sitting in the jungle, and we saw, the jump forward here. I believe it was the Lina. Lina came forward with the Light Strike Array, was throwing out a lot of damage, and at the last second, Clock came in just canceling the blink from the Quap, securing the kill. It was really nice.
Yeah, perfect timing.
Looks like BRB buying Abyssal are trying to figure out what they want to ban here. They will respect ban the clock, though. Crush Munch just did a lot of work on that hero, and they don't want to see it again. Jakiro pick up on the side of Low Prio IRL, though, this time around.
Jakiro's back in the meta. Now that Crystal Maiden got super nerfed, it's the highest priority, position 5.
I would like to
guess.
see Jakiro get some hats. There's still an Immortal Treasure number 3. I'm holding on, crossing my fingers. But,
See an Arcana. Give that dragon a third head.
Go full Game of Thrones style.
Game of Thrones? Oh!
The dragon has 3 heads. I'm a nerd. How are you?
That'd be sick. I'd like to see that.
I think
Game of Thrones coming out, isn't it?
Though. I mean, we can give, Gyrocopter a pirate ship, but I think a third head on Jakiro would totally break the lore.
Io has portal cube or something.
Yeah, but Io is a corporeal spirit that lives on multiple planes. I don't know. I feel like Io could be whatever it wants.
Okay, I'm feeling that.
So Ogre and Jakiro pick up yet again. So it's going to be a very strong lane, whatever they decide to do here with it. The side of Low Prio IRL, that Ignite slow, followed up with the Dual Breath slow, followed up with a stun. It's going to be a nasty lane. I don't even know if you want to send someone up against that, or if you just go in jungle.
Dodge.
But Centaur is not a great jungler.
So Centaur and Crystal Maiden have a very new and unique synergy where Crystal Maiden has no move speed whatsoever, and Centaur can ult so that she has the move speed.
I would like an Arcana of Crystal Maiden riding Centaur War Runner into battle now. Come on, Val, make it happen. Yeah, I mean, I'm a big fan of Crystal Maiden. I still think that she's good. I think that she's always been very positioning dependent. I think it's really important for her to get movement items. I think Yule's is a great thing to pick back up on her now, just for the extra, int, so that way she's a larger mana pool, and also for that little bit of movement speed. Luckily, she usually gets Tranquils anyways, and Tranquils did get a little bit of a buff, but it's gonna make her lane weak. I love me some Crystal Maiden, but she's better as a ganking, roaming support. Babysitting in lane is not her strong suit. They need to get something else. Maybe a Disruptor would be really good. I'm always a big fan of that. Just something that can protect whatever they're going to be throwing out there, because Low Prio could definitely go for another aggro try, and right now with just the Crystal Maiden, she's so slow. If the Ignite and Dual Breath gets thrown off onto her, she's just toast every single time. She melts into a pool.
Yeah, she has good range on her spells, but she's slow. I think the Abaddon ban is brilliant, and the LC ban, because purging Dual Breath, Liquid Fire, and Ignite and Fire Blast, if you purge all 4 with one spell, then you just win the fight.
Pretty much.
So, automatically.
I don't know automatically, but it definitely helps.
Mm-hmm. So really nice But they could do a similar thing with like Omni Knight or something, which wouldn't be bad. I don't
I feel
think.
like Omni is a weak lane too.
Oh,
I don't
definitely a
like
weak
that.
laner.
I don't like that. I feel like it's so important that they win their lane this time around. Because game number 1, it was such a slugfest. You could get a support that punishes diving. Um,
Yeah, like a witch doctor.
a Witch Doctor. I mean, an Undying is really good early on. Just keep, stacking up, taking away strength, and if they dive, you throw up the Tombstone.
Hmm.
You
Yeah,
can also have a little bit of a heal on him. Venomancer is a good,
Venomancer's super good.
like, if they try to dive, but I don't love Venomancer as a 4, personally.
Yeah,
We will see.
he can kind of do whatever. It's a greedy four because he wants the jungle for like an hour.
I love the, they go with the Nyx Assassin. I guess maybe to just keep burning the mana.
Well, I think Carapace is like
That's true.
a
Against
very
the
high
hero
value
is
here.
super good.
Yeah, even against Ogre, it's good. Can't control where that Ignite goes.
Monkey King.
Monkey King pickup. It's been a
Could
while since I've
be
seen a Monkey King.
position one. Centaur has trouble against the Monkey King in lane.
I'm not sure I like this Nyx Assassin pickup.
It feels like Dire. I mean, I think Madaburn's gonna do pretty well for him, but I think Dire's like too tanky to.
You feel like
For the
Dire
next,
is in dire straits.
Or I mean Radiant, but yeah, I think Dire is. I don't know. Monkey King's not good into the Maiden though. Disarm is amazing against Monkey King.
It doesn't matter if he gets his ult off and then the monkeys just murder her immediately because she's too slow to get out of the circle.
Yeah, that's true.
That's positioning is going to be huge here. They actually pick up Razor on the side of BRB buying Abyssal.
I don't know. They have a lot of magic damage.
Well, Monkey King also, I mean, granted, we don't know what their last pick is going to be here. The Monkey King doesn't rely on, like, a lot of damage, like, building items kind of thing. Like, it's mostly the Jingu Strike that does the most part of the damage, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, I don't play Monkey King. I actually don't think I've ever played Monkey King, come to think of it.
Yeah, I wonder if Link reduces that or not. Because I know Link.
Jingo's separate.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Maybe, probably. Or I know it reduces Nether Toxin.
Well,
If Viper has
we'll have to
no-
watch this match really, really carefully and see if it actually reduces.
Yeah.
Mobility, again, pretty important here, but
Yeah, mobility would be pretty good. What's good against Razor? Viper?
I mean, yeah,
Actually,
we talked
how
about
do
that
they deal with
earlier.
Viper? They're like all magic damage plus Razor.
Looks like low prior IRL are a little bit stumped themselves trying to figure out, how do we deal with this Razor pick? Maybe that was something that they wanted to pick up again, too. I do like a Denial pick coming out from the BRB buying Abyssal. It's very strong.
Yeah. Something else. Razor Nyx is kind of interesting because you don't want right click against the Razor, really. But you don't want too much magic because the Nyx Assassin will feast on your magic heroes.
All right, I mean, DK's not bad here. He's not going to have a great lane, but he's, got Dragon Blood. And, of course, the Breathe Fire, which will reduce damage coming out from the Razor.
That's weird because Dragon Knight does like the opposite of what Viper does, and Viper would counter all their magic damage. And now we have Dragon Knight, who has a lot of armor against the team that has all magic damage, which might not be that great.
Maybe they just
But
figure
maybe
they want to put something really sturdy mid that's not going to die.
Yeah, that's probably it.
I know some people that that's what their team captain drafts for them because they're like, well, you're not really a mid player, so here, take Dragonite, don't die.
Could be offlane. Who knows?
It's possible as well. Are we going to see some Dragon Knight offlane in your games there, MJJ? Or will
Maybe.
your team veto that immediately?
Well, Dubes will do anything, and he played Weaver like 20 games in a row, and then he was like, actually, just draft me anything. And so for the last,
don't give it away. Don't give away your strats.
well, there's a Viper.
All right.
So where's DK? Carry DK offlane Monkey King.
Man, a carry DK. It has been so long since I've seen a carry DK. I mean, he still could be
I put
offlane
Dupes
carry
on
Monkey
King.
King.
Yeah, that could be it. I think Monkey King matches up better against the Centaur.
This is still a lot of like early just pushing coming out from the side of low prior IRL. They pick up the Lena. Alright, so they're
That's
kind
smart.
of doing low Prio's draft with the Razor and the Lena here.
So maybe they go Dragon Knight mid. Yeah, they are.
Lucky,
Dead is going
Lucky's
mid.
going off lane? Oh man, offlane Viper is cancer too.
They're just what they're doing is they're just trying to match the Viper up against the Razor. Because they think Razor's going safe lane, so they want the
I like
Viper
how
to be
Razor
up
and
against
Lena
the Razor.
haven't decided how they want to do this yet.
So they know that low prio wants to dodge, or wants to
Have the
line
best
the heroes
possible
up.
line up against the Razor. Yeah.
They should be able to see. I think. I don't know.
Someone could be using the bathroom too. That's also
They
possible.
could swap.
They can also
Yeah.
swap. Yep.
Yeah. So Dupes has played he hasn't played a hero more than once in the last 25 games.
Well, you
that
know, it
we've
was
drafted.
funny because I actually I set up a couple scrims and we had scrimmed you guys right after, but our first game that we scrimmed against was Hot Sickles in your area, and I was like, well, I don't know what's ban. I'm just gonna pick random stuff and just roll with it. And then when we were scrimming against you guys, I was like, well, I still don't know what's ban. I'm gonna ban Pugna.
Yeah.
I figured, you
You
know,
did that, Pugna.
just in
I was
case.
like, huh.
Just in case he's perfected that perfect Pugna strat. I don't want to deal with that hero.
I was like, Pugna banned? Oh man, are they gonna pick Skywrath Mage or OD or Storm Spirit? Or
Ha!
Tinker?
We got inside your noodle.
No idea.
It worked.
Yeah, those are fun. Those were fun scrims. Although you guys wrecked us that second scrim.
Oh, you're trying out different things.
That's true.
All right, so go ahead and we'll introduce the team. I like the Ice Yeti's ready to go, man. So low prio IRL. Lucky's gonna be playing the Viper. Crush Munch gonna be playing the Jakiro. Ice Yeti will be playing the Ogre Magi. Dead will be playing the Dragon Knight. And Lavar Ball. Oh my gosh, I went really Asian there for a second. I couldn't do that. Will be playing the Monkey King.
Over on the side of Dire, we got X-Cassand on the Razor, Khaleesi on the Lena, Flying Monkey on the Centaur, Empyrean on the Nyx Assassin, and Jake on the Crystal Maiden. They're all lined up nicely.
I know, you had the easy one to call out here. I love this Nyx set. I think it's like the most adorable little set.
The crab?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of my
like
favorites. I like the characters that do a scooty booty when they walk. So Nyx is one of those. Sand King has a little scooty booty. Pugna and Clinks, those are my favorites. The ones that walk, because they have a little sachet as they walk, which I think is hilarious.
That's awesome.
And everyone makes fun of me. They're like, ew, you think Nyx is cute? I'm like, he's got a scooty booty. How can anyone not think that's adorable?
And he's a crab.
Yeah. Look at him. Look at those little eyes. They're adorable.
Yeah, the eyes are great. And Sand King has the lobster set too, right?
The lobster set? I know Slark has a lobster set.
Sand King's in the same treasure, I think.
I don't think I looked at that. I don't think I realized it was a lobster too. Holy smokes.
Oh, here come
I
out
don't
the
understand
cat wheels.
why you wouldn't go to the bathroom during draft. Although maybe the drafter is the one who needs the bathroom now. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Okay, collector's cache. Where is the collector's cache? Okay, here it is.
Yeah, love these chat wheel sounds. Love that we can hear them. I do like how Crush Munch and Lucky both are in their flight animation, like they're getting ready to launch. Oh, looks like they're ready to go now, so I can stop my stopwatch here. And
Okay, where are the wards going? That's the big question.
well, there's a ward on Jakiro.
No TPs or smokes out to ward. They're like, who cares, Vision? Just play this one straight up.
Wow!
I have to be the mod in everyone's case and remind them no all chatting. Fun times. Alright. Yeah, everyone's just kind of grouping up. They want these runes. Looks like they're putting the... Alright, so they've already anticipated that they're probably going up against an aggro try already, so they're putting Viper down in the bot lane. Still not going to have a great time down there, but definitely will have an easier time. They'll be able to get more farm
Yeah, he'll be okay.
onto this Monkey King. So safely Monkey King, man.
Although I probably wouldn't have gone a Wraith Band. Probably would have gone something a little more defensive,
They
more
actually
regen.
push Flying Monkey back here. Oh, I like this. I like this bait. Double bounty route. Just in case. Alright, so I feel like this mid matchup, like, I kind of wish that there was Quap on the other side. It was like a who wore it best kind of thing, you know? Like, who played it
Yeah.
best. So, I mean, Dead's gonna have a little trouble here, obviously. Khaleesi, you know, is a ranged hero. Will be able to throw out quite a bit of harass, but he's still very tanky, and he's got high regen, so it's gonna be pretty hard for him to actually just push him out of lane. Already, you know, Lucky, he's down here in the bot lane. He's just trying to stay back so he can get any sort of experience. And, the Centaur is not gonna be able to do too much up here. Fairly tanky again, so I don't think he's super worried about dying or anything like that, but they actually have a TP come bottom. Lucky sitting really, really low here. Ice Yeti will do the rotation and try to push these guys back, because clearly, you know, Centaur is not going to be able to do too much against Jakiro and Monkey King up here. Monkey King needing a little less babysitting, especially because he does have Jingo Strike. He can just harass really, really strong early on.
He's getting good XP though, Monkey.
I mean, experience is the name of the game. First priority. Anything else you get beyond that is extra. And, oh, Dead's in a little bit of trouble. The spike actually lands over here. Khaleesi coming forward. There's a lot of damage coming out from this fire breath here. We'll be able to reduce the damage coming out. And, Khaleesi will take... Oh, is Khaleesi... No, just barely gonna be able to
Wow.
jump back, hit that salve. That was a little close there. Oh, he actually gets the first blood on Dead! Very well played coming out here from Khaleesi. I mean, this is kind of not his spirit animal, but his spirit Dota animal?
That Stout Shield was, did not do its job.
And we're already seeing the rotation come up here towards the top lane. It's gonna be the Lavar Ball versus Extasand. Monkey King does not have a good time with this matchup, unfortunately for him. Razor just dodging around the tower. Does get stunned up, does have 3 subs of Jingo Strikes on him. Will have to just move himself back, but that's a lot of damage taken off. Alright, so it says 56 damage is taken off, but he's stolen 50. Alright,
Yeah, Monkey King can't last hit right now. He's got 6 damage.
I was trying to see, like, how the... Like, if Jingu Strike is affected by it, but I'm not sure how to exactly...
Oh, he needs to have 4 stacks for us to tell,
It
right?
has to be 4, okay. For some reason I thought it was 3. Yeah, already we're seeing musical chairs coming out on these lanes. Centaur's in the bottom lane. Flying Monkey's in a lot of trouble here. He does land the stomp, but there's a lot of slow coming out.
Yeah.
One more hit should be able to take him down. In fact, the Ignite will actually deliver the finishing blow. And already Jakira's rotating back top, so musical lanes. I like it.
Yeah, they have an idea.
So slow coming out here, Razor, he's pretty fast, but they have one more strike, and now they have Jingu. If they want to turn around here, Crush Munch in a little bit of trouble. Actually, he's taking so much damage. One more hit, we'll be able to take him down, and it'll get split between Crush Munch and LeVar Ball.
I think he underestimated how much the attack speed slow is. It doesn't matter if you're hitting for plus 50 or whatever, if you only get one attack off every like 3 seconds.
Pretty horrible lane down here to go against with Lucky on Viper and Ice Yeti on Ogre. It's a lot of slow. And a lot of Ogre just running at your face, to be quite honest.
But do you think Viper is like win lane, lose game or whatever?
No, I wouldn't say that, but definitely buy some time. Oh, that's a nice stun coming out here in Period. He goes for the Spike Carapace. Will be able to... No, he's not able to stun up the Ogre, and now he's just going to get kited here by Lucky. Another slow stun coming out. Wants to get this last hit over onto Lucky. He actually finishes it up! Oh, what a play here. And now Ice Yeti needing to run himself out here. Flying Monkey just kind of giving him the clicks. Telling him, get out of here. Mid matchup currently, we're seeing Lina is ahead. Oh, actually some movement going on here in the top lane. Looks like Exosan is going to go ahead and link up this Monkey King. LeVar Ball going to have to run himself back. And, alright. Looks like that's the end of that engagement. Crystal Maid needs to be very careful about her positioning here. She's just so very slow. Doesn't actually have her Tranks yet. Brown Boots helping a little bit, but she's not going to be able to catch up with this Razor, and I think that's going to become an issue later on, is the fact that Razor's going to be able to run in there like a race car, and Jake will just be like, wait for me! I'm coming, guys! Granted, Crystal Maiden does want to be further back in a lot of these engagements because she is so squishy, but at the same time, if she's too far back, she's not going to be effective, or she's going to have a Nyx up her butt.
Maybe she should get, like, Ether Lens or something.
Again, I like Yule's just because she can throw herself up into the air. It kind of saves her out of some situations. Force Staff's also a great pickup on Crystal Maiden for more mobility.
Yeah. They're good against Monkey King.
Blink's great too, but I don't think Jake's going to be able to get it. Not fast enough.
Khaleesi's snowballing. She got Solar, okay.
I do like the pickup of the raindrops over here on Dead. I think that's pretty important to deal with this harass that Lina's throwing out. Again, this is a very comfortable hero for Khaleesi, so... You know, with the fact that Lina is ranged, will be able to throw out a lot of harass onto Dead, plus the fact that he's just very comfortable on this hero will make it a little bit more difficult on him. Nyx coming forward here. Go ahead, he gets the stun out. We'll go ahead, grab the Light Strike right, throw out the Laguna Blade. Needs just a couple more hits. Oh boy, Dead. He's actually got a stick, should be able to run himself out here. Khaleesi, she wants this kill though. She's gonna try to chase him underneath the tower.
Yankee.
Will actually back off. Does not have enough mana. Crystal Maiden, produce mana faster.
Dragon.
Thank you, please.
What level is she?
The stun coming out here over onto Exosan. He's in a lot of trouble. He's too slow. He's not going to be able to get away from this, I don't think. Jay comes forward here. Looks like he wants to try to go ahead and throw out a freeze, but needs to be really, really careful. A lot of pressure getting thrown out here over onto the side of BRB buying Abyssal. TP coming out. We do see that Nyx is... I love this crab Nyx. It's so adorable. They're going to try to protect Exosan a little bit more here. Viper down in the bot lane is doing quite well, sitting at level 5 right now.
Yeah, Viper.
Oh, there's the jump for Flying Monkey. LP, he doesn't know what he's trying to do. Lucky, he's trying to get out of here, but unfortunately runs the wrong direction. They don't even bother using Laguna. Lots of...
He would have gotten a kill if he just tried to fight.
I think it was a little panic.
Right into the.
Because I mean, he
the
ran
jungle
towards
over
the enemy tower. I'm pretty sure that counts as panic, right?
here. He's juking.
I've done that before, and then my team's like, "Why are you running that way, Moxie? You should be running towards us." And I'm like, "I don't know. I sense death." They're like, "You're dead anyways." I was like, "I didn't say it was a perfect plan, guys."
It's not the. It wasn't perfectly planned out.
I never claimed it was perfectly planned out. Level 8 on Dragon Knight. No real items on him. He's still trying to get these treads. Whew. Meanwhile, Khaleesi's got Soul Ring and Arcane Boots. Lightstriker right now quite gonna connect here.
I think Max Dragon Blood is a mistake.
I think he just wants to have survival here in lane.
I know, but I feel like if you just max Breathe Fire and then clear the waves, then that's safety.
Oh, they do spot the ogre over here on the side. Ice Yeti. It's gonna get backed up by Crush Munch. Crush Munch. Oh gosh, that end is throwing me off like horribly.
Crunch Munch.
I keep saying Crunch Munch and it's Crush Munch.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Well,
good casters. We're good casters, guys.
I'll send him an email later and
Sounds
say.
Good. Oh, Jake, he's
Munch.
gonna get slowed down. Crush Munch. Trying to get this Crystal Maiden. The jump forward. The ultimate actually coming out. It's actually not going to catch Jake. Not in time. And now Lava Ball's kind of stuck here in the middle of the trees. Just trying to draw them in. He's pretty much toast, though. Needs one more. The tower will actually finish him off. Feels bad, man. And they still didn't even get Jake. Looks like Crush Munchie wanted to get that kill, but does not have enough mana for a TP. They go ahead. They use the ultimate. Jake will be able to go ahead, grab up Jakiro, and they'll get a kill.
Wow. They hate that dragon.
Oh, this is definitely an overextension. Speaking of dragons, we've got a full dragon form here over in mid. Dead's popped his ultimate, and it looks like he's trying to do some pushing while everyone was chasing each other around there, but Khaleesi's already back and says, "No, I am the mother of dragons. You will get out of here."
Ooh,
That is a giant character model, too. Holy shnikes.
Dragon illusions, right? Or if he uses the illusion.
Look how big these illusions are!
Whoa!
They take
because of bloodlust.
Oh my gosh, I didn't even think about that. He doesn't have bloodlust on him. Oh, now it is. It's off. That's actually like so crazy.
This is fun to watch. It's like a bunch of dragons.
Dragons make everything better.
Yeah.
I was watching Orange is the New Black, and they're doing like story time, like when one of the inmates used to be a kid, and she's like telling a story with like these little girls, and the little girls are like, "There's a beautiful girl, and she lived in a castle," and it's all cute and stuff, and then the main character there starts talking about how a dragon came and ate her, and they're like, "That's not a very good story," and she's like, "The dragons are so cool. They actually go right past this viper here. Oof." That's a pretty big victory for the side of low
nice dodge.
Yeah. That one time Viper going more towards their tower really worked out for him.
Yeah. That's what he was trying to do the last time, except there's no juke spot there.
A little bit of panic, probably.
Yeah.
Alright, so right now Lena currently leading in terms of net worth, followed by the Dragon Knight. 3.4 over on the Monkey King, and 3.4 over on the Razor. So this is a very close game, honestly.
Dragon Knight stabilized. He's like doing okay
next
now.
He's got the Vendetta. We'll jump immediately over onto Crush Monks. They just do not like this dragon. You're 100% right. And now lucky he uses the Viper Strike on Crystal Maiden. Jake's probably like, why me? He tries to get out. We'll get just stunned up. Cannot TP out. Nice try though. Pretty smart. But,
yeah, so much hate on the supports.
And Jakiro makes his way top. He's like, alright, I've had enough of that. I want some levels, I want some gold. I want to not be anywhere near a Viper.
This is the way to play Jakiro. Like he should do the next wave too, honestly. What's the Razor gonna do?
Kill him.
Kill him? Maybe kill him.
I mean anyone on the map right now probably, except for maybe Crystal Maiden will kill him. TP comes out here. Khaleesi's really just had his lane just to himself. Isn't even concerned. Look at how cheeky that Light Striker Ray is. Bottom tower gets taken down though in the meanwhile, and
DK has a hood.
that's actually huge.
Yeah, it's a tanky boy.
He laughs in the direction of Lena's spells now.
Oh, Viper. Is Viper getting a hood? No, Viper's getting a mech.
Not super crazy about mech on Viper,
I don't like it, but
especially on the
depth.
off lane. But you know, it's good if they're going to be pushing towers early, which it seems like they kind of want to do with the DK and a Jakiro.
Yeah.
Up and running is pretty important. Dragon Form comes out here. It does get the stun out over onto Lina. They're not going to be able to really get... Oh, I didn't see the Monkey King sitting in the background. They use the ulti coming out here from the Centaur. They're looking for the jump. She will go ahead, and there's the TPs coming out in mass force to back out for the Khaleesi here.
He's not level 6. I would have macro-powered that ramp. But I probably wouldn't have been level 6 either. Poor Crush Mush.
I mean, he's been the target of a lot of hate. I think we should report for bullying. Don't you know,
Cyberbullying.
Yeah, cyberbullying. It's a crime now, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think it actually is in some states.
But
Or at least the policemen come out and they give you a stern talking to.
yeah, that's.
Make sure
I
your
think
kids
that's
are aware of that,
punishment.
MJ.
Oh,
They're still
No,
pretty
they're not
young,
gonna
though,
have
right?
yeah, they're like 1 and 3.
I don't know, 3-year-olds can be pretty mean. Them 3-nagers, man.
Yeah, he's a mean kid.
When my niece was 3, I was trying to get into that Little Tykes card, like, joking around. And, like, I joked, I was like, I'm too big. And she goes, yeah, you're too fat. I was like, wow, thanks for that, kid. Oh my gosh. Like, it was one of those moments where I was like, oh, that's hilarious. And I'm like, oh, it feels bad, man.
Yeah.
Centaur's gonna have this blink really, really soon, though. He's actually got the money for it. So he needs to go over to the side shop. They're gonna TP themselves top, though. They want to protect this Nyx coming forward here. They don't seem to have any sort of detection. They will jump immediately over onto the Razor. There's gonna be a nice spike come out here from Empyrean that grabs 2 different people. Exosuit, he's taking so much damage, though. Is he gonna be able to get a kill? He's able to get 1 kill before getting taken down out. Now Empyrean, he's gonna just have to take the clicks to the face. Lena coming in, though, will be able to finish up. Beautiful Light Striker, right? Will be able to get several people caught into it. And now Dead, he's popped that HUD. He's going to be able to take down Jake here. And there's the Light Striker, right? Jake actually almost was able to get out. A little bit more damage coming out here. Flying Monkey, he's trying to give chase here. Does have that Blink Dagger. Will jump forward. Grab Dead right in time. And now Crush Munch will also get taken down.
Wow.
Beautiful reveal of the Blink Dagger there.
That was a super well played fight by both teams. But BBA came out ahead, I'm sure.
I was a little concerned for BBA, but
it was a nice dive, and then
that blink just saved the day.
Yeah, that was a reveal, right? By the
That
Centaur.
was a huge reveal. They know that they can't group up anymore. Also, we saw a really nice Light Striker, right? And also a what is Nyx's?
Impale?
Impale. Impale? Question mark?
Close enough.
Adding a little flair to it, I guess. You also call target Tarjay.
Tarjay. Yeah.
That's another thing.
Definitely.
All right. Today I learned.
French.
And we're gonna see. All right, so we've got a medallion early on the Monkey King, and it looks like Deso is his next item here.
So what is like? Do both teams? They just want to fight? Is that the win condition for both teams?
I'm not sure.
Fight and snowball.
I guess that appears to be the thought. Looks like Chris Man has picked herself up a smoke, so we might see some more action going on. And we did see Viper just complete his mech currently, so that's going to be very, very helpful in all of these fights. Lena currently sitting at 14 Bloodstone charges. Nyx is working on a Blink Dagger for his next item.
Feels like both teams have
Lena
like
just
completely.
destroying all the trees. Sorry, what was that?
Oh, for the Monkey King. Oh, for the Monkey King, right?
I totally
But yeah.
cut you off, sorry.
They just want tempo. Like both teams, like mech and hood, and then Razor has a drums, which I guess is normal in that hero. Lena's the only one who's like legitimately building towards the late game.
Ooh, there's a smoke coming out here. They're looking. They see the Jakiro over here. You see Empyrean just kind of hanging out, keeping an eye on him. We'll be able to go for it. Lands the Impale. And they should be able to get the kill. Oh, they turned around! They wanted to give the kill to Core. They almost missed it. Oof. They do see a stack over here on the side.
Never give kills to your cores. If they missed that kill, that would have been so sad.
Well, you weren't playing in the last game that I cast for your team, so I had to do my snow feed counter instead of my MJJ kill steal counter.
I watched it. I was watching on my phone.
Alright, well this looks like the next tower to go down here. Not sure they can really defend this with all of them here and the rest of their team not. Monkey King, of course, on top. Looks like, got 4 heroes here. This would be the time for them to engage, though, when they don't have the Monkey King. I don't think they realized... No, they should have seen that he wasn't there quite yet. There's a TP, though. Now everyone's here, all 5. I think they should have been maybe a little bit more aggressive before everyone showed up. Ice Path comes in, nice blink forward from the Centaur, but what's he gonna do here? He's stunned up, nice multicast again. There's gonna be the ultimate coming out from Monkey King. We just see the Ogre obliterated though. Viper also taken down here. Centaur, of course, has been lost. Exosandy's just a little bit too far out of position. Imperium trying to run himself out. We'll be able to land the stun over here onto Khaleesi, and now Jake trying to run himself out. They actually haven't landed over onto him. Khaleesi trying to get that Light Strike array. Will stun up, but they lose a Crystal Maiden. And now Crush Munch, he's trying to slow down this. Oh, he's got the Ice Path. Wow. There goes Khaleesi. Goes ahead, pops the Bloodstone. Doesn't want to give him the kill.
That's good. Yeah, I don't know how they won that fight. They didn't have Macro Power. I guess,
You put a lot of stock into Macro Power.
Yeah, it's like the best zoning spell in the game. I guess
I don't know, Coddle Illuminate's pretty good too.
Yeah.
And
that Monkey King ult also covered like the entire battle.
ooh, the jump forward over onto Crush Munch. This dragon cannot get a break. Lena will be able to clean up the kill.
These team fights are super well executed.
This mid tower is still up too after all said and done. Still there. It looks like Viper is going Blade Mail next, so just wants to try to punish the Lena for the amount of damage that she's dishing out without the super tankiness. I mean, she does have a Bloodstone though, so she's starting to tank up quite a bit. I'm guessing she's gonna probably get knocked Nocturne at some point as well.
Yeah.
Looks like she's going for the Silver Edge completely though. And this is actually really interesting. She actually has the Shadow Blade coming in right now. And this will be another huge reveal for them.
Yeah, they can definitely get kills off of it.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it's going to be as big as when the Centaur came in for the side of BRB. Monkey King kind of hanging out in the trees here. We'll go ahead, TP. He's getting very close to that Deslo. He sees the Lena though. He wants to try to grab this. And this is pretty scary because it's nighttime. Monkey King has a lot of just capability of jumping right onto heroes because they don't have great vision.
Well, BBA is not scared. They're saying we're going to push this tower with 2 heroes. They have good vision in the mid lane. They know that no one's coming. They actually have vision of all 5 heroes right now.
Buy a ward, save a life, guys.
Yeah.
Hero does have a Force Staff that's actually going to be really huge for him and being able to just position himself a little bit better in a lot of these fights. They're just pushing onto this tier 2 bottom, which is kind of interesting. We do see a couple TPs coming out. Monkey King is not here yet. Viper's not here either. Although here comes the TP, so they do have the Centaur ultimate. They can just run themselves out. Rooted into place.
Rod of Atos. Dragon Knight Rod of Atos.
Dragon Knight does not have a Rod of Atos.
No?
Nope. That's just his Dragon Tail. Although, oh, Khaleesi's in a little bit of trouble, but they're on the beautiful line. Next will be able to come for it, stun him up. Jake, he wants to get that ultimate off. We'll go ahead, do the dance of his people. Dead now in a little bit of trouble here. They're going to go ahead, pop the drums. They want to get this kill. Their army so speedy. Laguna Blade comes out. They do take down the DK. And Ogre will also just be left behind. And at the last minute, they go, oh, there's an Ogre there. Gets obliterated.
Maybe that DK should have gone BKB instead of Rod of Atos.
He doesn't have. Oh, he does have a Rod Atos now. I swear that wasn't there like a second ago.
It's so silly.
Either that or I just. Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, I agree. I agree. BKB is kind of core on DK. I know no one likes to buy it, but with this much magic on their side, Flying Monkey jumps forward. He's looking real aggressive here. Ice Top doesn't actually connect onto him. We'll just move himself back. Be a big puzzle. There it is. There's the Macro Pyre. X-Stand slow down a little bit here. He is a Razor, so it's not that much of a slow, but the rest of the team standing up behind him. That's a stun, though. He's not going anywhere. Monkey King coming in. Does have that ultimate. He's going to be right in the middle of it. We'll be able to take down the Razor. And now Jake and Empyrean just beating down onto Monkey King. They will be able to take him out. There's still someone in the base, though. Centaur, he's trying to get out here. He cannot. Just held into place, and he will finally get taken down. Nice ward being dropped.
Centaur's tanky.
I mean, he's
Centaur's a hood.
He's got the hood. He's got I mean, he's a Centaur. If he's not hard to take down, then you're doing it wrong.
That Centaur is no squishy.
Yeah, I said no one ever. I don't even think it's possible to make him squishy unless you get really late game and you've just bought like last item, like
Mask of Madness.
Like how would you even do that? Yeah, Mask of Madness. Sorry guys, I gave him JJ a new idea. My apologies go out to Pink Tops, to Aspera, Snow, and Dubes. It's not my fault, I promise you.
It's like having a second ult.
Now they do have a sentry. They do know that Lena's crossing over this river here. They pop the dust. She's just a little bit too far out. And we'll use the Silver's Edge over onto the Viper here.
No, Viper has a lot of
they want to go in. Jake, he comes forward. He grabs the Viper. There will be the Monkey King ulti. They're just kind of on the outskirts of it. It should actually be fine with Crystal Maid. She's rooted down here. Fleecy needs to get that Light Strike Array off. We'll get it off, but the rest of the team, not really that close by. They'll just back off. They've lost CM. They've lost their mana regen. 18 Bloodstone charges currently on Lena. Lena's still ahead of net worth. 13k, 9.5k on the Dragon Knight, 8.2 on the Razor.
Yeah. I feel like BBA either has to like just run through these ults and just fight through the ults, or they have to like figure out how to disengage when the ults come out.
Well, I think it'll be huge for them if, you know, Dragon Knight's ulti is enough. They can try to get a smoke, try to get a pick off, and I think that'll be really good. The Monkey King ulti is actually causing a huge problem. Barbermice is just stuck in the middle of everything. That's a very dead center. Oh, look at that 4-man Light Strike Array though coming out from Khaleesi. Unfortunately, the rest of the team just isn't there. That is the time that if you have a Faceless Void, you get in there and you throw out that. Khaleesi trying to give the juke around here. They don't really see him. Lucky, right in the backstrike. They will be able to take down the Viper. They should be able to take down Jake. And now she's going to get stunned up. She's going to get Atos. She's in a lot of trouble here. The Aegis comes up though. Looks like Ogre's going to get taken down in the process, and Exosan, he doesn't want to let go of Dead here. Wants to take all of his damage. In fact, he's down 224 damage. That's actually bonkers. Lots of damage coming out again from this Razor, and he's super tanky too, but the Force Staff actually going to be able to just
Force Staff
out. I mean, we talked about having a Force Staff.
That's true.
We talked about it, and then plus with Dragon Knight's ulti, if you go into the full Hurricane Pike.
Oh, true.
Yes.
True.
But that's another tower that they're going to be able to take up BRB buying Abyssal. Meanwhile, though, Monkey King trying to put pressure over onto the spot lane here. Looks like they should be able to get this tower. This Cardi's doing a lot of damage. One last hit, and it'll get taken down. Very interesting game number 2 here. They didn't let me down at all.
Whoever the team that's going in first, I feel like is constantly coming out behind in the engagements. Like the counter initiation is so strong.
A Flying Monkey has consistently gotten murdered immediately after initiating almost every time, and BRB buying Abyssal definitely came out on top of that last engagement.
Oh, Monkey went in first. I thought he just fed.
I'm sure he's gonna love that when he watches the VODs.
Yeah,
I think his teammates will love it even more when he hears that. Alright, Monkey King has a completed Deso. He's got the medallion. He's got the lifesteal mask. What is... Fire Viper has that blade mail. I think he's had it, though, for a while. And they're grouping up. I wonder if they're going to go for a smoke. Does anyone have a smoke? None of them have a smoke. I'm guessing it's on the courier.
I want to see some Desolators or something come out.
Alright, I like that one time here. The rest of the team on BRB buying Abyssal, realizing that no one's showing in lane, starting to group up, and I think that's really smart. I'm thinking that they're going for their own smoke. Crystal Maiden has one on her, and yeah, they'll go for it. So
wow,
it'll be ships passing in the night here on the side of Dire and Radiant. Although Nyx Assassin is showing mid, so he might be very dead. He goes ahead, he invises.
BBA is like smoking into an area that they have warded, so they know the other team's not there.
Oh, Viper, they didn't see him! The fog was just enough where they weren't able to see the smoke wear out. There's the turnaround though. Monkey King, he comes forward here. He wants to get this ultimate off. Does get it off. Nice. Maiden's just going to get sliced in two here. And looks like also going to lose the Razor. Flying Monkey, he's kind of in the middle of everything. Lina doing a lot of work though. He's going to be able to take down the Monkey King. Maybe take down the Viper. She's going to get stunned up though. This is not looking good for Lina right now. There's just too many people on her. She's not going to be able to get out. Although that stun could have mini Ravage. Beautiful save from Empyrean. Is Khaleesi going to be able to get out of this? No, she's going to be toasted strudel. Now Viper, he's doing he was doing that strat again where he runs towards the enemy's base.
That wasn't that bad of a fight, I don't think.
Look how huge this DK is. It cracks me up. I think DK is actually larger than towers right now.
How did they kill the DK now?
I still think he needs a BKB, but...
I think he needs like a rapier now that he's hard to kill. It would help kill the Lina fast.
I mean, that's true. But
yes.
I'm sure his team doesn't really want him to get a rapier. I don't think it's necessary at this point in the game.
No, yeah. It's
I
sort
like
of
your attitude, though.
It's high risk, high reward.
If I play all random deathmatch, that is the first item I get after boots.
The thing is, like, if you get a rapier and you win a team fight off the rapier, then you definitely get Rex, because you hit the tower so hard.
Completed Solar Crest over here on Monkey King now, so even more just evasion coming out from him, as well as de-armament. Looks like Assault Cuirass is next on the list here for Dead Dragon Knight. There's still a 6k lead going over to the side of BRB buying Abyssal, but I'm thinking it's starting to even out. In fact, let's pop that. Yeah, it's starting to go back up a little bit here. Not much, but they need to be careful that they're not taking bad engagements. In fact, I wouldn't even say that the last one was a bad engagement. I think it just was kind of all over the place because of the smoke that was being used.
Oh, they got a lot out of Jackie and Monkey King, that fight, actually. Which...
No, it is the whole Monkey King ulti down now. Actually, it's back up at this point, but...
They need to keep Khaleesi... keep focus off Khaleesi.
I wonder why they smoked over here.
Did they?
Yeah. Crush Munch was all smoked up.
No wonder. Sometimes I'll smoke at Secret Shop to free up a slot.
That's true.
But I don't think that's what that was.
Yeah, what you really gotta do is you gotta use the smoke where you know they have vision. Uh-oh, looks like Suncher's in a lot of trouble here. They popped the Dragon Knight ulti. Lots of slow just coming out. He's gonna try to book it out of there. Look how fast he goes. Race car, flying monkey here. He's like smoking as it's like a car on a drift track, man. Holy smokes. Literally.
It's still alive. It's gotta change its tires.
Crystal Maiden, though, is absolutely dead. I would like to see a Glimmer Cape on her, although they are carrying dust generally for the Lina, so... Ooh, this is scary. Khaleesi's in a lot of trouble here. Goes ahead, he pops the Silver Edge. They get the dust off, but not going to be able to catch her. Meanwhile, Razor in the top lane, putting a little damage onto the tower. Looks like we're going to see the Viper TP in, and the Monkey King, but Exosan, he's just so flippin' fast. And unfortunately, the Barball's not going to be fast enough with that leap into the trees.
I feel like Radiant should get a gem, probably.
Yeah, because it's not going to hurt anyone on their team either, other than, you know, Jakira, who's trying to place wards constantly.
Yeah, it would help them a lot.
It's interesting that they, Well, I've lost my train of thought. Thanks, chat wheel sounds.
Yeah.
I like the affirmative. Appropriate, actually appropriate, so.
What is the Russian chat wheel sound actually saying?
I don't know that one. My favorite is the like ay 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 one, which like that just happened. I know what that one means. I looked it up. And I like the Sunstrike one because it's the two people like screaming in Chinese.
Oh.
Sunstrike, yeah. All right. Siege is on over here on the tower. They need people to TP out. Nice popping of Carapace here.
Are they gonna race?
I don't know if they can, honestly. There's the multicast getting thrown out here onto the Centaur. He's taking a lot of punishment, but he's also causing them to focus him and not the tower here. So I guess that it works out in the end, but he's still going to go down. Does have buyback. He will buy back, come back up, try to slow them down, and they are trying to base race here. They've got, Lena needs to be maybe a little bit more on high ground, I think, but they're mowing down these racks. And they're taking a little bit longer over here to take the other ones. Alright, here comes the TP. Lena's TPing in. They need to be really careful. There's the stun coming out here. Dragon Knight goes right immediately. They get the stomp off. They're actually just kind of off-center from this actual Monkey King ulti.
Wow.
We'll be able to get the kill over onto the Ogre. They still want to take down Dead here. Dead's in a lot of trouble. He's going to try to force staff himself forward. And unfortunately, it's just not enough damage to make time. Although, oh, Tyrion, he wants to get the final hit here. We'll be able to slow down the Viper. Just give him a couple little pecks with his tiny little crab claws. And while all this is going down, there's a lot of creeps in the base. This is looking kind of spooky right now for the side of low Prio because there's creeps in their base. They do have, you know, a spawn in, and people are up, but...
That's not bad. It's super even, that trade, probably.
Well, they lost more heroes. Oh, my mouse is going weird all of a sudden. They lost more heroes, though, I think, on the side of the Radiant than the Dire, didn't they? They did get the buyback out from the Centaur, though.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the buyback makes, like, evens it up. Probably.
Salt Cuirass is completed now over on the Dragon Knight.
Now Centaur's super poor.
Another Rod of Atos over here on this Kiro. BKB is the next item for Monkey King. I think that's a pretty smart call here. And Glimmer Cape completed for Ogre, so a little bit more suited up. Yule's on the Nyx Assassin.
Huh. All sorts of, like, utility items going on.
I like it, though, because if he's caught in the middle of, like, Monkey King ulti or something, he can just heals himself up. It's also good if Lena gets, like, stunned in Atos or something, just throw the Dragon Knight in the air so he can't hit. Stuff like that.
Roshan's up.
So is it Regen Rune.
Oh, someone get it. No one's low. Jakiro.
Ooh, Nyx, he spots Lucky right over here. Spots a Jakiro as well, maybe? I think the fog might be just a little... No, he definitely spots him now. Spots all three of them. They have a sentry over here on the side. It's not actually the Dyers, though. Oh, Light Strike Array coming in here. Viper in a lot of trouble. Beautiful Ravage in the back end. Both of these supports are just doing so much work. It's a nice choke point to fight, and Crystal Maid needs to be careful. She's getting really, really low here. Khaleesi actually going to get bashed up by Roshan. And, oh, Deb, he's stuck up over into the top here. Khaleesi going to be able to land that Light Strike Array. That's going to be a dead Viper, and that's an easy Roche. Monkey King was not there. Rather, just pieced out. He was there at the beginning with the ultimate, and he's just realized this is not the fight I want to take right now. Buyback coming out from the Jakiro. They need to have some people just to push them off here, and they actually don't even go for the Roche. They're going right for the tower.
Yeah, still 5v3.
There's a jump forward. He actually misses, and Centaur will be the brunt of a lot of harassment damage. I like Khaleesi just taking a bath here in the macro pyre. I think they should have gone for the Roche, honestly. Crystal Maiden will be able to just force staff herself forward after the DK forces, but she's still so slow. Look at her, she's like, oh god! Guys, I think I'm dead!
Ooh.
And melted. Yeah, I think Roche might have been the better choice there, personally. Because they didn't have the Monkey King ulti, they didn't have Dragonite ulti, they could have taken that pretty fast and just backed off, but...
Yeah, definitely.
Now
Although,
they're going for Roche, so... problematic.
it's a big swing if they, they
There's
get
a
this
BKB
Roshan.
on Lina. That's actually so smart. You can't hold down what you can't magic.
Where'd it go?
Oh no, it says she bought it though. Is it on the courier?
Did she sell it?
Did she decide against it? No, Lina, that was a really smart choice.
Oh, she doesn't have a buyback if she buys it.
Oh, okay, that makes sense then. Does have 21 Bloodstone charges though too.
Yeah, she doesn't need buyback.
I didn't say that, but
I'm saying that.
quick ancient stack as a team building exercise, I'm sure. Just a little Nyx assassin scooty bootying around here.
Mhm.
And Elysian Rune, Dragonform Pop, they want to get this shrine. They can cut off some more access points to the side of the Dire.
That's a good idea. Radiant still has their shrines, right? Yeah.
I believe so. They haven't made that a priority on the side of the Dire quite yet.
It's easy to forget.
Definitely. It's also... you want to maybe get a pick off before fighting on their shrines, especially with the Monkey King with the giant AoE. That's doing a lot of damage.
Yeah. If they can get like... Yeah, it's so hard to fight into that, plus Macropyre.
I mean, they
And
popped
then-
the Dragonite ulti. Oh, he's gonna go for BKB now. I think that's a really good idea.
Who? Dragon Knight?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody likes getting BKB.
No one does, but sometimes you just gotta bite the bullet and do it.
They're both kind of dodging, I think. People don't... There's like buybacks, or... I don't know. Need to make sure everyone has buybacks.
I mean, it's 40 minutes in. That would be a really smart thing to do, especially because the side of the Radiant, especially, you know, they've got these big team fight ultis that once they're down, you do get a little bit more of an advantage. Lena's got a Daedalus now. Oof. Right click, Lena. She's just hitting creeps left and right, too. She's not even staying in one camp.
It was a click.
When did this Nyx get a Midas? Did I miss that?
I don't remember that.
Are we just bad casters? I mean, we might just be bad casters. Crystal Maiden does not have buyback. Poor Crystal Maiden.
Ah. It's okay. She's so low level.
I do like the centers working towards an Ags now. I think that's pretty smart. A bunch of pings coming out here. They did... Oh, they smoked under a ward and they placed a ward. And Lena's like, forget it. I don't want to do this anymore. Can't stand
Yeah, always
later.
sentry
Always
up.
sentry first, yep. Rule number one is smoking, man. That and always bring a buddy.
Oh, they're smoked again.
Did they smoke again? No, that's still the same smoke, I think.
Oh, same smoke.
Yeah. It was the Lena who broke the smoke and then the Centaur who took down the ward and broke it.
If they get on the Lena here.
This is big. Dragonite jumps forward. BKB comes out over here on Vex. Yeah. We'll just chase after DK. They'll try to force step him forward, but that slow is like huge. Lena coming back in. She doesn't reveal that she has a BKB. She pops a BKB, but it doesn't matter against this ultimate coming out here from the DK, trying to kill off the Viper. Lucky he's just trying to get out here. Nice choke point here, but it looks like it's just not going to work out for them. Now the BKB is worn off over onto Khaleesi. That Centaur is going to get taken down. They do have buyback over on the Razor. They don't have it on the Centaur. They don't have it on the Nyx. And oh, Jake, he tries to get that final hit. isn't going to quite be enough here. There's the break coming out here. Khaleesi lands a Light Strike Array. He doesn't have the BKB. That's a dead Dragon Knight. There's going to be a second time coming around here. Khaleesi getting ready. She's got that Light Strike Array. We'll be able to land it immediately, breaking that. And Jake, his ultimate's still doing quite a bit of work. Dead turns around. He knows that he has to slow her down, but he's going to get taken down.
One left.
Meanwhile, Monkey King giving them a chase here. Will evade using that Solar Crest. Try to jump around over onto this, Oh man, they're still... They see him jumping around. This is hard to catch him though without any like hard lockdown. And meanwhile in mid, yeah, Monkey King's gotta come home. One of the effigies is gone. One of the towers, tier 4s, is gone too. And this next tower is on the list.
X-Kassan's positioning so good
X-Kassan is
in that
just
fight.
running at this Monkey King too. Maybe just turn around X-Kassan, hit the tower. You're taking pretty much a good amount of damage here. 77 is nothing to sniff at. And then Lina just shotgunning these. Oh my gosh, look how fast she's just hitting. They want to end this game. They've had enough. DK does not have buyback. I think they take this Rax. They can't take the top, but they could actually just go right for the throne if they really wanted. They might want to be a little bit careful though. Lina, of course, her BKB is down. They'll rotate top. I don't know if they have enough damage to just backdoor this. Do you think they do? About to find out. At least he's gonna try. Yeah, she's got enough with that Daedalus. 26 Glowstone charges on this Lina as well now. And time to take shrines. What a different game from game number 1.
Super different.
You know, 27 minutes, low Prio IRL, just kind of ran them over, and this time, you know, they're showing what they can do here once they get used to their opponents, once they see what their style looks like, and they're definitely just throwing it right back at them this time.
Still anyone's game.
Definitely.
But definitely not like
not as
way
one-sided
close
though
to-
as game number 1, where we were like, Luna can't do anything. Where does she go for farm? So now we see an 11k net worth lead on the side of BRB buying Abyssal. And BRB buying Abyssal still proving, you know, they're top tier quality here. They got all the way to the grand finals for a reason.
Do you know what the records are in their group?
No, I don't know that off the top of my head.
I'll look it up.
I gotta run camera, dude. I can't look it up.
I got it.
It just stays on a tree. Everyone on my stream just like starts flaming me, like worst caster ever, worst camera ever, OMG. Just like, guys, I'm trying to look up things for you.
Oh, they're both 4-0.
And again, I believe Low Prior IRL are actually the top Echo League scoring team for at least NAA. I'm not sure about the whole tournament.
This is a tough group. They're both 4-0, and then there's another team that's 6-0.
This is really fun Dota to watch too. Just constantly, you know. Some of the games you get a lot of the teams that just kind of, you know, it's a farm fest, they don't do anything, but I really love watching these matches where they're very, very aggressive. They're constantly trying to, you know, be as efficient as possible and just take objectives whenever they get some sort of a lead.
Yeah. I think Khaleesi's build is really helping them transition to the late game. I think all these like weird utility items, like DK Atos, doesn't help them take these late game fights.
I mean, the other thing you have to keep in mind too is like Lina is like, when I think Khaleesi as a player, I think of Lina. Like, this is a hero that he's very, very comfortable with. Oh my gosh, that's not quite close enough to that ward actually. But I smoked, they're on the hunt. They want to get a pick off so they can kind of even up the lanes here. They've got to realize something's up though, because mid is pushing in, and they probably should have pushed that out a little bit further here.
Oh, they're hanging out at the shrine.
I think that's a really smart idea. Although they're now leaving the shrine, so Nyx might be able to break the smoke.
Jake gonna die.
Yeah, they do spot Jake over here on the side, but are they gonna jump on him? He looks for it, he's thinking about it, Dead jumps for it immediately. There's the BKB getting popped over onto X-Kassan, there's a BKB being popped over onto DK as well. And now Nyx, he's trying to come in here, it's been pretty hard. They stun up that Monkey King immediately, he can't even get the ulti up. This is a beautiful fight coming out for BRB buying Abyssal. They're still chasing after Dead here. They're just kind of taking a bath in this macro pyre. They need to be careful. There's the, oh, the blade nail actually finishes off the Centaur. Lena's kind of held into place. Buyback comes out immediately from the DK. There's just so many creeps in base. Beautiful fight though, coming out from the side of BRB buying Abyssal, and already Khaleesi just gonna TP down to all these range creeps, pushing that other lane. DK is gonna have a lot of trouble trying to deal with all of these creeps, and Khaleesi just running in. Buyback comes out from the Jakiro, gets the stun off over onto Lena. That might have been a little bit too greedy here, Lena. There's no one else here to protect you. She's gonna get taken out. Needs to maybe use the Bloodstone, but that's 1377 gold going over to Crush Munch. Jake, things are finally turning up Millhouse for this Jakiro. Holy snaps.
Well, I don't know if it might be worth. Because she's already alive?
She's already alive, but...
She forced 3 buybacks.
She's still got 20 Bloodstone charges, too. Like... Crazy.
That's a lot of buybacks she forced.
I mean, when you see how fast and how hard she hits, you gotta buy back, really. Also, it just kind of puts your buyback already on cooldown. Roche is up, though. They should probably go in for that. Yep, Khaleesi will turn the corner, immediately see Roche is up. Should be able to just chunk him down very, very quickly. I'll get in position, but really, the Radiant can't leave their base. They're just trying to deal... We need to see, like, a Mjolnir on this Dragon Knight pretty badly. A Mjolnir maybe on the Monkey King. Like, they don't have anything that does any sort of cleave damage on their team.
Yeah, they have Jakiro, that's it.
Khaleesi picks up the Aegis. They still have cheese. I think Exosan's gonna pick that up. He's already really tanky, and he's got that Talisman of Evasion, so... This is kind of scary for low prior IRL.
Yeah, I want to see this fight. This is gonna be make or break.
Because you need to take down the Lena. She's kind of in the position of a sniper at this point, where she's just sitting in the back doing a ton of damage. Monkey King still has cheese too. I didn't realize that. They just stunned him up so hard last time that he wasn't able to get his ulti off, and he wasn't able to get the cheese off either.
Yeah, I think they need to like bait out her BKB or something.
I don't think she pops BKB until after Aegis goes, though.
Oh, till 2? Till life 2?
We've got an Ags up and running on center, too. Butterfly completed now over on Razor. He does not have buyback, though. We gotta plan this real careful.
Still hard to go high ground into this.
Is it almost worth it for just Lena to TP to another lane and start pushing that, have them force everything onto her, and while the other... I don't know. I mean, she's able to siege really, really well.
I don't see any reason why they have to go high ground through top. Why don't they just go high ground through mid or bottom?
I mean, bottom's already starting to push, so...
Yeah, because then they can fight while also being on the high ground.
There's creeps in base now. Mid's coming in. Siege number 2. Ice Pass comes in over here onto Lena. Does manage to force step her forward. Again, she's got Aegis, though. I don't think this is the target you want. And she just chips down the tower. Tower's gone. Frozen up again, but I don't... Look at this Jakiro. He's like, get her! Get her! I got her, guys! That bloodthirstiness. I love it.
Macropyre this wave.
Another stun coming forward. They will be able to force the Lena forward again. They use the Monkey King ulti, but Khaleesi doesn't seem to really care. That's a lot of damage. Again, she's got Aegis. Flying Monkey is going to get chipped down, though, pretty hard. The BKB over on SSN. He's trying to just stay alive, fight it back. Khaleesi, oh, she realizes this is not a good fight. Needs to get out of there. Needs to probably TP. Has gone ahead, just goes ahead and invises. They turn back around. They grab the Crystal Maiden with that root, but she's able to force staff herself forward. And meanwhile, while all this is happening, oh, they're able to take down Jakiro. Monkey King comes back up. Look at Khaleesi, though. There's so much damage with the Laguna Blade with all the crits, too. And their face is just getting ripped apart right now. It was all a smoke and mirror sleight of hand. They don't even care.
Fighting everyone.
They just want to murder them at this point. They do finally take down Khaleesi with a mighty multicast, but this is a game that's over. Khaleesi goes right to base. This is her time to shine. Pew pew. And BRB buying Abyssal. proving again that they are definitely top tier material.
Wow.
Series going
gorgeous.
1-1.
That was such a well played game by everyone.
That was awesome. I really enjoyed casting both of these teams. I think it's possible we could see a grand final with the two of these just from this one game, honestly.
Oh, yeah, that would be fun.
Definitely. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much, Michael J. Jackson, for being my co-caster. It's always a pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
We will have more Echo League coming up throughout the week. Make sure that you follow on Twitter at GGMissMoxie or here on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/LittleMissMoxie. Any last words there, MJJ?
GG, well played.
Definitely. Took the words right out of my mouth. Alright guys, have a great night. GG.